Citadel of native bees. What's up, friends? I greet you from the Agro Parque Sabio Mutis. My name is Ismael Sanchez. The Agro Park is located between Tena and La Mesa, Cundinamarca. We are in the Citadel, the native bees without sting. This place is dedicated to the protection, conservation and education around native stingless bees. In this place there are 42 species of native stingless bees. I invite you to the tour to the Citadel of the bees. Come with me. What's up, friends? As you can see here, there is a safe. In this safe we have bees. Here I explain why they are in a safe. It's because they need a safe, warm place for them to make their hive. The common name of this species is Enredapilo or Trozopilo. Its scientific name is Scapta trigona. The honey of this bee is very good. Very beneficial for humans. Inside the safe, a beehive was made for these species in cardboard to isolate it from the metal. We continue the tour of the Citadel of Bees. Here we are going to explain a little what meliponiculture is and what beekeeping is. Beekeeping is when you work with Apis bees, which are the Apis mellifera or the Apis domestica. Here at the Agro Park we work with meliponicultura, which are native bees without stings. Of the 42 species that are found here in the Sabio Mutis Agro Park, in the Citadel we have 8 species of bees. We are going to continue the tour to present other species. We are in this place where the little angels are, or their scientific name is Tetragonisca angustula. It is one of the smallest species of bees that we have here in the Agro Park. The honey of this little bee is highly desired by ophthalmics. It has healing properties. They use it to heal among others. We proceed to uncover a little box, to look inside how its structure is and to show where the honey is located, where the nest is located. This little part through which these bees enter is called the entrance. This is a good symptom for one to know how the hive is inside. If the entrance is well open, well colored, the hive is in good health. When the hive begins to have some anomaly, the entrance begins to minimize and take on a brown color. As we can see, they are all healthy. We are going to proceed to uncover a box to show the inside. The masking tape is very important to seal well any entry of light or air. This species makes its honeycomb, the place where it stores the honey in the upper part. These are technical boxes, divided into 4 parts: nest box 1, nest box 2, malario 1 and malario 2. If I want to harvest them, I only lift this part, and I take out the honey. Where are the jars that are sealed like this one and like this one are mature honey? The little jars that are open are fresh honey. We continue the tour. Here we have another species of native bee. One of the ways to differentiate one species from another is by size and others by the entrance. As I said before, the entrance is where they enter and exit. Look, here it goes in. The entrances are different in size and color. And the bee is a little bigger than the one we saw back there, than the Tetragonisca angustula. They call it Big Angelita, or its scientific name is mulata. We continued with our tour. Here he presented another species of native bee without a sting. Its common name Angelita negra, or its scientific name Physiomelita negra. This is one of the species that is most at risk of extinction here in Colombia. It should be noted that bees like they are threatened as such. But this is one of the species that is most at risk of extinction, and it is also a species that does not make a hole. The hole is where they enter. This is one of the species that does not make a hole. We advance with our tour of the Citadel of the bees. Here I present another species of bee. Its scientific name is Nanotrigona. It is already a species of the Trigonus. A very pronounced characteristic that this species has is its entrance. The entrance is where they enter. This is Tetragonisca angostura. The entrance is different. As we can see, this entrance is very long. These species of bees are chased by other bees that are called the lemon bee and the lemon bee. What it does is destroy the hive inside and steal the resources that these species have. These little bees make a big entrance. When they feel threatened, they seal here with propolis. As we know, in the world there are approximately 20,000 species of bees. 75% are solitary bees, bees that live alone as their word says. 25% are bees that live in a community, in colonies or in hives. Here in the Agro Park, these little houses were made for solitary bees. There are some species of solitary bees that are like the orchid bee or another species called the chopper bee that makes little cuts in the leaves and seals the holes in the wood. As we can see, there is also a house for solitary bees. Around here we have bees that are with their eggs. Solitary bees do not produce honey. What solitary bees do is collect pollen, and the pollen is where they lay their eggs. And so on they reproduce. Here we have another Tetragonisca angostura bee house. You can look inside this one. The idea is not to bother them so much. This hive is used to make the sample book. As you can see, it has glass. Air will not get in. That propolis hits them a lot. Here you can see inside where they have the honey baskets. Obviously you won't be able to see the hive because they need total darkness to be able to reproduce. They communicate in there by means of vibrations and also by pheromones. And in the hive there is the queen, the drones, and the worker bees. There are 3 types of bees that are found in a hive. They also have royal cells, where the future princess is. And once the future princess wants to make her hive, she leaves with the group of males and some workers, and they make nests in other trunks, in other places where there is a cavity, and they feel they have protection there. There is a very easy way to reproduce these bees that are with attracting devices. The attracting device consists of making little houses with PET bottles. I'm going to show you. Here I have an attractive device that is something very simple, which is a PET bottle, a 2-liter soda bottle. It is wrapped in newspaper and lined with black plastic or bags. Inside it has a wax derivative, and propolis is made a little hole in the lid. and this is called an attractant device. Here we recycle the bottles and we give it the opportunity to make a new hive, and it is placed in some specific places. Remember, this is called an attractant device. So in this way the bees reproduce more, and we do not take it out of its natural environment of the trees or nothing of that. We have shown that the attracting devices that are placed, for example, today, tomorrow if I get to check them, they will already have bees. Here I have another species of bee, which is the smallest bee of the meliponarios. They call it the sweat bee or lambda eyes. Its scientific name is plebea. Here a beehive was made to be able to observe a little inside. Because they are very small, if you look at the entrance here, the entrance is very tiny. They are very small bees, too small.
Hello friends of TV Agro, how are you? My name is Alejandra Sastok. I am a professional photographer and I am in the Agro Parque Sabio Mutis, supporting my research project, which talks about bees and the importance that they require for us, both at an environmental level in our ecosystem, as well as at the social level. It is something that really goes unnoticed, and the Agro Parque has a very strong theme with meliponarios bees. I don't know if you knew, but the everyday bee, the conventional one, the one that everyone locates when they think of a bee, is called the Apis mellifera. However, our native bee is not that. It is an introduced bee that arrived with the colony. Our native bee is the meliponar bee, which is stingless bees. They do not affect any problem, because they do not sting, and they produce a smaller amount of honey. For this reason they do not give it the importance that these bees require.
Well, friends of TV Agro, I hope you liked the tour here through the Citadel of the Bees that is in the Agro Parque Sabio Mutis. Sabio Mutis Agro Parque is located between Tena and La Mesa, Cundinamarca. Don't forget to follow us on our social networks. See you later.